A student produced this for UND's TV show, Studio One.
Time on the trail can make for a great spring day, unless your bike quits on you mid-ride. It's important for the safety of riders to have a general understanding of bike maintenance. Part owner of the Ski and Bike Shop, Pat White, is here to show us how to properly care for our bikes. Thanks for being on the show with us today, Pat.
Well, thank you.
So being a part owner of a bike shop, you see a lot of bikes come in, and today we're talking to you because a lot of people bring their bikes out in the spring and then they check them then. Is that a good time to do that?
It's time appropriate. If they could have brought them in earlier before we had the nice shot of weather, because everybody's bringing in their bike now, that'd be even more helpful, but we'll take it as it comes.
How often should people bring their bikes into like a professional to have them look at their bikes?
Typically, even non-use, about every 2 years, somebody should. And then if they're a rider that rides a lot, it'll be more often.
Great. So today we have our news director's bike here, which has been in the garage for a few years. It's a little dusty. Can you tell us what we should do to make sure that it's ready to go out on the trail?
Sure. The big thing is the ABCs on this, which would be the air, the brake, and the chain. So you pull the bike down from the rafters or from the corner, and we knock off some of the dust that we got going on. And the first thing you want to do then is that air up the tires here and see how everything's going. So you grab a pump or the air compressor, fill it up, look on the sidewall of the tire, and this one says inflate to 40 psi. So we'll start there and then inspect the tire and see how things are looking.
Okay, so a lot of people hang up their bikes in the winter. Is that an okay thing to do?
Oh yeah, we get common question, is it okay to hang my bike? It certainly is. Is it going to do anything to my bike? Most cases not. But when they put their bike away for the fall, we usually get a couple nice warm days yet. And those warm days hanging in the rafter, it heats up a little bit more than what it would be on the ground level. And then the grease that is in there kind of slides around like liquid jello and may clog up a few spots so things don't work right.
So we live in Grand Forks. It's pretty cold up here. How does that affect bikes over the winter time?
Well, people here still ride all winter. And then just like car oil, where you change to a different grade of oil for the winter time, changing out the areas that move on bearings on your bike to something that's lighter or viscosity that is thinner, boom, I'll let them ride all winter long if they choose to.
So what's the second part of this ABC thing that we're doing here?
Oh yeah, so then the second part is the brakes. So after we've got the tires inflated, we'd go ahead and actually spin the tires if we can and go, okay, we got a front brake here, and then do the same here for the rear and go, oh, not so good. Not good at all. It's frozen up, stiff, yeah.
Okay, so how much would it cost for someone to go get something like that fixed?
Well, this probably just needs new cable and housing, so you're looking at approximately somewhere in the neighborhood of $5 to $10 in parts total.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, and there are great YouTube videos. One of the tool companies that we use, Park Tool, puts out a great how-to section on how to fix something just like this.
So UND has a bunch of bike fix stations across campus. Are these the tools that are there, or what kinds of things can you find there? They're the basics right there. You have the tire pump. You've got a few wrenches that can get you into more trouble if you want to than you need to. But you can do the ABC check on your bike if it's been sitting outside at these stations, no problem. So can we move on to the C part of the ABCs now?
Oh,
what do we do next?
C would be the chain. So then you grab your lube here, and what we'd want to do then is just spin the wheel backwards here and just lightly lube the chain. And then with an old rag, we would just wipe off any excess here. And if everything is okay with you to go ride, then it would be. Get the brake fixed on this one and knock off some dust and it'll be better. But yeah.
Great. So what kinds of factors should people take into account when they go to buy a bike?
Well, the biggest thing is trying to figure out what they want to do. And when was the last time that they had, or if they've even had a bike that was fit for them. Those are the big things right now. People get confused with a department store style of thought where it's just one size. Now bikes come in sizes, and so whether you're 5'2" or 6'2", you can get a bike that's appropriate for your leg length, your height, and for what you want to do. So if you just want to ride the Greenway, they're wonderful bikes for that. if you want to go across the country, no problem, but little differences.
So lastly, it's National Ride Your Bike Month this month. What sort of activities are included in that for people?
Oh, so yeah, bike to work week, bike to work day. It'll be a busy time. Schools with kids' bike to school day. Yeah, it'll be very busy.
Does your shop see a lot of bikes then coming in this month for people participating in that?
It'll get busier as the weather stays nicer, yes.
Great, thanks for being on the show with us today, Pat.
Thank you.